I give this advice to most of my students who come and say that, oh, I want to do a major in astrophysics. I always tell them that don't do this. Do a major in physics. If you want, there are several overlapping courses that you can do a double major. You can get a major in physics and a major in astrophysics. And the reason why I advise them this is that the outside perception of astrophysics is this very niche field of that you'd be doing these very, very specific things that most people don't know about, right? And so when you go out and you apply for a job and somebody asks you what were you doing, and you know, or they look at your transcript, they don't even talk to you most of the times, right? They're just looking through your CVs. A physics degree somehow, at least in my experience, always clears more check boxes than astrophysics degree. Right, so what my general advice to you is that be that generalist. Don't try to pick up as many tools in your toolbox of whatever you can use going forward, and in time become an expert. Of course, that is, you have to find your niche and be very good at it if you have to survive in this field. Very broadly, these two specializations that you can pick up when you're pursuing any of the fields in astronomy, right? That there are several subfields that you would essentially need to choose amongst, but the two specializations, or the kind of things that you would really invest a lot of time in, is either you become an observer or you become a theorist, right? An observer works with an obscene amount of data, and for the challenge of the problem that we are working with, most of the time you're looking for needles in a haystack, right? Because that is where the threshold of discovery is, right? Most of the easy things have sort of been done, right? Unless you come up with some really nifty idea of going back and looking at 30-40-year-old data and then putting it all together in a broader context, which I've seen people do that. I work a lot in cryogenics, but over the last 3 or 4 years, a lot of my focus has been trying to eliminate cryogenics from radio astronomy instruments, right? And so I know a couple of my colleagues at Caltech. They've made significant progress in terms of, so for example, if you were to do this calculation for 21 centimeter H1 line, which is 1.4 gigahertz, which is the instrument that I'm building currently, the h nu over k at 1.4 gigahertz is ridiculously small. It's millikelvins, right? But the best amplifiers that I can make in the lab today have a noise temperature of about 5 Kelvin. So where is that factor of 100? Why can't we achieve that, right? And there's several reasons for it, but at least these 5 Kelvin noise temperatures are achieved when we cool these amplifiers down to 20 Kelvin or 10 Kelvin, right? Which is a pain. Cooling things down is expensive. It makes your systems complicated, maintenance complicated, all of that. And so if I can achieve that fundamental noise limit at room temperature, that would be just great. And so we are just getting barely, we're getting at this point, what I can tell you is that we've made amplifiers which have noise temperatures of the order of 10 Kelvin that operate at room temperature at 1.5 gigahertz, right? We are still factors of hundreds away from the quantum noise limit, and we're still trying to figure out how can we make that happen.